Welcome to Kamala's Corner. Siddhartha did this to me. Oh, you wanted to know about Siddhartha? Well, let me tell you about Siddhartha. It all started when him and his friend Govinda decided that they were not satisfied with the teachings of his Hindu father priest. So they left. They embarked on a journey to discover inner peace within themselves. They joined the Samanas, and they fasted and had no possessions. After 3 years of this, they realized that Buddha was close to them, and he had teachings that enlightened many people. They found him and listened to one of his sermons, and Govinda was entranced, and he joined him. However, Siddhartha decided to continue on his own journey. He talked with Buddha a couple days later in the woods, and he complimented his ideologies, but decided that he needed to learn for himself. After he leaves town because of his horrible life that he has become enwrapped in, he discovers the river and the beauty that it possesses. He begins to live with Vasudeva and is entranced by the river's silent wisdom and deep meaning and how it communicates with him. After that, he realizes that I am dying. I actually do die in this story. I don't even know how I'm sitting here talking to you about this. But anyways, so I'm dying, and what do you know? I have a son. It happens. So I died. And then he decided he was going to take my son as his own and raise him with Vasudeva by the river. Horrible idea, as I had practically spoiled him rotten with the riches of the city and my luxurious life. So he did not like that so much, and he decided that he hated his father, and he ran away. Heartbroken, Siddhartha chased after him. So after the brat had left and Siddhartha was heartbroken, he returned to the river, realizing what he knew before, that he could not raise this child. So with Vasudeva, he continued to be a ferryman, but he was still constantly thinking and heartbroken about the loss of his son. So one day he tried to go after him, but the river laughed at him. It laughed, and he looked into the river and saw his reflection, but then he saw his own father and realized he left his father, so of course his son left him. He couldn't be a father. And then these voices of mockery and laughter from the river turned into voices of joy, and Siddhartha from the river found his final salvation that he had been searching for, and it was all from the word of Om. I don't know how that word signifies anything, but according to Siddhartha, it meant peace and salvation, what he finally needed to achieve. So Siddhartha continued to be a ferryman, and after Vasudeva's death, he took on his job as a ferryman, and one day, Govinda, still unsatisfied after joining Buddha, hopped on that ferry with Siddhartha, and Siddhartha recognized Govinda, but he did not recognize Siddhartha. So they talk for a little bit, and Siddhartha kind of explains his philosophy to Govinda that no teacher can teach it. You gotta learn by yourself. And they kind of argue a little bit, and then finally Govinda realizes it's Siddhartha, and they smooch a little bit. So then, after they kind of have a little reunification, Govinda's he's all Gucci inside, and he realizes, man, Siddhartha is a wise man, and he recognizes his smile, whatever that means. Namaste.
Hermann Hesse was born in Germany with parents who pushed their strict religion upon him. He then decided to try a different religion and went to a Lutheran seminary. He was suspended, and with his upset feelings towards theologies and religions and trying to conform to them, he decided to write Siddhartha along with his other novels that reflect on inner self and learning from your own experiences.
Oh, we're filming. Okay, Govinda. Keep the ball. Push it away. Feel at one with the river. The ball.
Siddhartha leaves his father because he knows he needs to find his own experiences to know what will make him happy. He leaves with Govinda to follow the Samanas. But like the Samanas and the Buddha, Siddhartha must leave them both because he can't learn from other teachers but has to learn from his own experiences. Siddhartha, though, does notice that the Buddha smiled. The smile is an important symbol of enlightenment. At the end of the novel, Siddhartha is smiling, which is something Govinda notices, and this is after Siddhartha has gained enlightenment. Similarly to like Siddhartha did with his father, Siddhartha's son, Siddhartha Jr., also had to leave Siddhartha, because though Siddhartha wanted to teach him the ways of the river, Siddhartha's son also had to learn for himself. Siddhartha then chooses to leave the real world for the material world, where he meets Kamala. She's beautiful, and he wants her. But to have her, so they can knock boots, he has to gain wealth. This is when he tries his luck with the material world and becomes very wealthy, very fast, and very successful. Though it's just a game to him. Reality is just a game. It's all an illusion. He decides to leave that world, though he doesn't know it. He impregnates Kamala. Kamala's child later, Siddhartha Jr., if you want to call him, is an important symbol also for Siddhartha, since he left his father when he was young, and his father let him do that to go find himself, and because he knew that he could only learn so much from his father. This is an important lesson for Siddhartha to learn also, to let his son go. His son also represents the material world being raised by Kamala. Again, just an illusion to what's real in life. When Siddhartha leaves Kamala, he then meets the ferryman he met earlier. This is Vasudeva. Vasudeva teaches him the ways of the river and to listen to it. This is when Siddhartha reaches enlightenment. His enlightenment, like said earlier, is symbolized by a smile. The Buddha also smiled when he had reached enlightenment. This is something Govinda notices when he meets him in the end, and they share a kiss of friendship. The main thing in the story is not listening to teachers, but listening to yourself and finding what works for you. Listening to the river and its ever-flowingness for eternity was what helped Siddhartha find his enlightenment. Is that the answer for all? We don't know, because you have to listen to yourself. Okay, go to the water. Siddhartha, take one. Okay. Gabby, we're filming now.
Like, I was going slow, but I was going way too fast.
Herman, Matthew, we're doing something for AP Lit. Stop.
Okay.
Gosh dang it, you guys!
I'm sure.
He meets Kamala, the beautiful seductress she is. And
Seductress. I was just gonna have Erica get up, but then I didn't want to.
Rachel, smile for the camera. It's so hot.
Okay, ready? Rachel! This is my picture. Rachel, do something cool behind me. You getting it? Can we screenshot these like you can with iPhones?
I do gay.
okay, I think you can just pause it on the editor.
Got it. Okay.
The end!